Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Coffee Shop's Soundstage, sponsored by QXO. My name is Karen Edwards, and I am sitting here with my good friend Brad from DataForma. Welcome.
Thank you, Karen. Very happy to be here. Happy to be
Yeah.
in Florida.
Oh, I know, right? But I hear Brad and I are from the same area, and we usually end up on the same flights
Yeah,
coming down. But I hear it's getting hot up
I think it's
there
actually warmer in Pennsylvania from a temperature standpoint today than it is
than it
down
is in
here.
Florida.
It's just way more humid here. That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, wow, we're at the Florida Roofing Expo. Man, there's a lot of people here. The line is stretching way down the hallway. So we're going live with live audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's hundreds of people waiting in this line. You can't see it on
Yeah.
the camera, but there's tons of people behind us.
So let's talk a little bit about DataForma. And one of the
Absolutely.
things that always I find so impressive about DataForma is how long you've been doing what you do. So talk a little bit about that story.
Yeah, so it's funny. I always talk about I never get tired of telling the Dataforma story. So I grew up in the town where Dataforma was created. So I was in high school when the initial version of Dataforma was created for the commercial roofing company in our area. So I had heard kind of rumors about it while I was in high school. Some friends worked at the company over the summers. So it was pretty neat to hear that something was coming out like this. And nobody at that time expected it to be kind of as unique and revolutionary for the industry.
Right.
But over the past 21 years, Dataforma has really expanded, and we've kind of gotten to the point where we're the most comprehensive and long-term software in the industry. It's pretty neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is cool. I love it when, something is an early game changer for contractors. So tell me how most contractors are using Dataforma, what they're doing with it. I know that commercial contractors with service departments love you.
Yeah.
What else?
So that's primarily been our bread and butter over the past, 18, 19 years. And a big focus for us over the past year and a half, 2 years has been expanding what our customers use within Dataforma. And we've kind of come up with the moniker, we're more than just service. So I know we've done some podcasts and some different things with you guys. And one of the big messages that we've been sending to everybody is we are more than just service. So project management, time tracking, daily reports for the contractors in the field on the bigger, production type jobs. So we've really put a big focus on adding new functionality for production and project management. So it's been really neat to see.
Yeah, I was talking with Brian Cook.
Yep.
Everybody knows Brian, right?
I've
Um,
known him since we were 6 years old, and believe it or not, he's been that big since we were 6 years old.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we just did a podcast. You should go a roofing road trip. You should go and check
That's a
it
good
out.
one.
But he was talking about how you guys are really committed to listening to your customers, right?
Yeah.
And talking to them about what their pain points are, and then coming up with a solution.
Yeah. To speak a couple of those pain points, some of the big things that we've heard is our customers want to click less in the system, get to the functionality that they want quicker, and they want the aesthetics to be improved. And that's what another big focus is going to be over the next year, year and a half for us too. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
that is
I'm excited for
exciting
that. Yeah.
because something that was developed how long ago
Yeah.
probably doesn't have the same modern feel
Yeah.
as some of the newer stuff, but you're making those changes. I
Yeah,
love
the
it.
aesthetics have improved over the years, and I know like our early adopters um, definitely used to have folders that they could see on the screen, and then those changed over time. So now we're looking at enhancing the visuals with more graphics, more KPIs, things like that, where we don't have to click 5 times to get a report. We
Right.
can see it on our dashboard,
Kind of
like
a
right when you log in.
snapshot, right?
Yeah, right when you log in. That's exciting for me because it's going to be something when somebody logs into the system, they're going to be like, whoa, I
Yeah.
can see all this information in one spot quickly. It's going to be super helpful for owners, super helpful for project managers, service managers. Everybody's really going to benefit from
Yeah,
it
we're seeing a lot of contractors, I think, looking to diversify their offerings,
for sure.
especially in, I say, economic uncertainty.
Sure, I think that's a
Some
fair.
strange things
Yeah,
are happening. And
yep,
one of the things that a lot of them are doing is service, right? Like, I need to grow my service department.
yeah.
So, how does data format help with that?
So Dataforma and tracking your, managing your service department, that's always been our bread and butter. That's the initial reason why DataForm was created 20 some years ago, was to manage the service department for that commercial roofing company. And it's always been something that we've kind of held our hat on. We've expanded that functionality with our mobile app probably like 14 years ago, and we've continued to improve that, right? Now, while we're here and we're talking about service, so we're sharing our booth space this year with booth 628 with Service for Solutions and Tracy Donalds.
Oh, Tracy, yeah, he's a
So,
big fan, I know.
and I know he's coming on here later today, so I hope he
Yeah,
gives us a good plug too. But when you talk about growing a service department, listen to Tracy because he talks about some of the greatest ways to start, grow, and manage a healthy service department. It begins with relationships.
yeah,
You know, creating relationships with your customers. When the call comes in DataForma, everybody that uses DataForma knows, hey, we know when the roof was installed, we know our service and maintenance history on that address, and we can run reports on all that type of stuff. So our
right.
customers are happy the minute they call in. That's really the hope there.
And I'm sure, running a service department, like that's why Tracy has a business to
Yeah,
help contractors do this.
for sure.
Because DataForma is a tool that can help you understand where you're making money and where you're not,
Yeah,
right? And make those
absolutely.
adjustments.
Yeah. So one of my favorite reports in DataForma, we call it the report card. And why I think I like it so much, I was a high school teacher out of college. So obviously you give kids report cards. So you can actually track in DataForma from the time the call comes in, how long it took you to create a work order, how long it took your team to schedule it, how long it took for your guys in the field to complete the work, and then ultimately how long did it take us to invoice that work. And that's super valuable. So we can look month to month at our performance. Are we an A contractor? Are we a B contractor? Are we a C contractor?
Right.
Things like that. Are we more profitable these months? Things like that. So
Yeah.
there's some really, really cool things that you can do with that.
Do you know, like, do you share like averages? Like, oh, you're averaging 8 minutes from the time you get the call to this, and our best practice data says 5 is the sweet spot. Are
Sure.
you're able to
you
see that?
you can get down pretty accurate down to the minute with that type of stuff because you can see every single click that's made in our system.
Wow.
So we have like a kind of like a Big Brother audit log. So you can
Yeah.
see who the user was, when they first clicked, when they first created things. So yeah, you can get really really detailed with that type of stuff.
We talk a lot about how to use it, what it can do, but I'm always curious because it is a technology, right?
Hmm.
What's the backup look like? Like, if I'm running my business on this piece of software
Sure.
because it can do everything, does it, what's the security, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, so we have multiple data centers throughout the country. We've gone with Amazon Web Services a few years ago, and
Oh,
then we
that's,
have
yeah,
they're called like co-location facilities where everything's being backed up extremely redundantly, and then
good.
we have a guy who kind of manages all those data centers and those touch points throughout the country, who actually used to manage all the data centers for the whole Pennsylvania State College
Oh, wow.
system. Yeah, so
Yeah.
like Shippensburg, all those
Yeah.
schools in Penn State, he took care of all of them. So
Wow.
we're in pretty good hands there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean,
So
you always worry about that it's just becoming a threat every day. You see a hospital or healthcare system got, shut down
sure.
by whatever. So I always like to ask that question.
Hmm.
Um,
We have a
yeah,
lot of really good people in place that take care of that for our customers, and that's obviously a big
awesome.
knowing that 20 some years ago when Dataform was created, being a web-based software platform at that time was kind of unheard of, especially
Right,
for the roofing industry.
right.
We always got that question in sales calls.
Yeah,
How are you backing up our data? Is our
right.
is our customer data safe?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
And we've proven it over the
It's a
past 20
shame
plus
that
years,
you have to think about that, but you
right?
do.
Yep.
Yeah, so okay, if you're coming to the show, you want to go say hi to Brad and Tracy.
Yep.
Booth number
628.
628,
Yep.
and I'd say definitely come out. There are so many people here. The show floor has so many vendors. You're gonna like find everything you need for your business. And if you can't make it, that's okay. We're bringing the show to you with these conversations. DataForma also has a full directory on Roofer's Coffee Shop, so check that out. It's kind of like an online mini trade show.
Check us out on LinkedIn and Facebook too. We've been trying to promote as much as we can through the different social media platforms, and thankfully, you guys are doing such a good job of creating all these awesome articles and getting us on the coffee
Yeah.
shop. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love the partnership.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, we love working with you guys too. So we're not done yet. I told you all day. I meant all day. So don't go away. We'll be coming to you probably in 2 minutes or so with some more interviews. And then we have our live coffee conversations at 2 p.m. Eastern today. We hope to see you there. Take care.